Canica Turn 27 Sports presents the Octane Gang 600 from Charlotte Motor Speedway, located in Concord, North Carolina. Tonight, the stars of the Fictional Piston Cup Series are going to have to push themselves to the limit in the longest race of the year in the warm North Carolina weather under the lights here in Charlotte Motor Speedway. Let's take a look at our starting grid. In row 1, J.D. McPillar starting on the pole for the first time in 2026 after winning the All-Star race with Jim Revick in the Carbon Cyber car. In row 2, Brian Spark, the 2024 race winner, with Daniel Suarez trying to get his second win of the year. In row 3, Jackson Storm trying to break his long winless streak with H.J. Hollis, who needs to try better in this race. In row 4, Roddy Bush in the 8th HTV car with Carl Reeves, who has his first start in this race almost 2 years ago. In row 5, last year's winner Cruz Ramirez with Shane Van Gaskenberg in the 97 RPM car. In row 6, Bobby Swift with part-time racer Spikey Phillips in the 117 car. In row 7, Marcus Krangler with Chase Raceline in the 9 Vitaline car. In row 8, Lightning McQueen with Conrad Cameron in the 82 Shiny Wax car. In row 9, Rex Revler with Sheldon Shifter in the 92 Sputter Stop car. In row 10, Eric Breaker with Colin Bargan in the patriotic Amazon car. In row 11, Richie Gunzik with Herb Kerble in the 54 car. In row 12, Ryan Laney with William Byriff in the 24 Shifty Drug car. In row 13, Bubba Wheelhouse with Cal Weathers in the 42 Dynaco car. In row 14, Brandon Powercar with Tango Speed starting his first Octane Gang 600 start. In row 15, Master Dragon 4000 in the patriotic Mobile 1 car with Gogo Logano in the 22 Fiber Fuel car. In row 16, part-time racer Michael Roeder with rookie Nick Shift in the 93 Spearmint car. In row 17, Speedy Comet with Ed Trumcan in the 33 Mood Springs car. In row 18, Steve LePage with Punchy Wi-Fi in the 90 Bumper Safe car. In row 19, Tim Treadless, the last points race winner with Rich Mix in the 36 Tank Coat car. And starting in row 20 are JP Brad with Chris Roman in the 11 Combustor car. Our weather for tonight is a warm 84 degrees Fahrenheit with 7-mile-per-hour winds from the northeast and cloudy skies. Here is our race analysis mixed with track facts. 40 laps, 60 miles instead of last year's 20 laps and 30 miles around the 1.5-mile racetrack with 24 degrees of banking in turns 1 to 4 with 5 in both straights, and pit road speed is 45 miles per hour. The base car makes a hard left turn in the pits. Meanwhile, J.D. McPillar and Jim Revick are ready to lead the field to the green flag as we're ready to prepare for Memorial Day weekend. The green flag is in the air underway here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Brian Spark catching up to the number 67 of Jim Revick. We're already seeing a few racers trying to go 3 or 4 wide in this racetrack. As we come out of turn to report, J.D. McPillar will lead the first lap here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Again, as I said earlier in the past few races, that the ones that pay points, if you lead a lap, that equals 5 bonus points. We're seeing 3 wide behind the field. Really intense, even though this is not a super speedway track like Atlanta, Florida, or Talladega. Side-by-side battle for 3rd place, and now you're looking at Bobby Swift with the 5 of Eric Breaker and the 9 of Chase Raceline. Swift needs to step up his performance, otherwise he's going to fall back even down in the points or go winless for a 2nd year in a row. Now you're looking at Cruz Ramirez, last year's winner. She's trying to add another Octane Gang 600 win in her trophy case. Now she's falling back to position against number 117 Spikey Phillips. Now you're looking at J.D. McPillar again. He led the first 2 laps and he's trying to lead the first 3 once he comes back to the start-finish line. Rex Revler trying to flow up against Cruz Ramirez and Chase Raceline. Now you're looking at the battle for the lead between J.D. McPillar and Jim Revick. Now you're on to number 4 car. Drafting is important like in every race. Doesn't matter if you got a road course, super speedway, short track, or an intermediate track like this one. If you want to pass somebody, drafting it is. And the Rex Rover clocked the fastest lap in the race so far. And also I forgot to mention, since this race is much more longer than last year, doubling distance, you're going to have to save fuel by the end. And you're looking at Colin Bargan. What's going on with him? He started in 20th and now he's falling back to lower than 30th. Master Dragon 4028th. Now you're running along to number 69, Mobile 1 car of Master Dragon 4000. Behind him is Michael Roller and his teammates Angle Speedster in the straight top car. Master Dragon 4000 can catch up to Bobby Swift as Swift started somewhere in the top 15s, but they're going down. His team is like, no, we're supposed to be going up, not down. Now here comes Jim Revick in the bottom of the racetrack. He passes number 4, Jay McPillar, but needs to hold him off from the top of the racetrack. McPillar trying to stay in the lead as they're coming back to the start-finish line to lead lap 6 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Jay McPillar remains the race leader against the 67 Jim Revick. Now Revick passes him in the bottom. Can he hold him off this time? Ready? We'll see for this lap. Whoa, big contact in the number 52 and the 8 car. There was contact between the 52 and the 8 car. I'm sure of that, or not. Rowdy Bush drafting with the number 4. Now he has enough space in the bottom of the racetrack as Jim Revick leads lap 7 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Rowdy Bush getting help from the number 86 of Carl Reeves. As you saw, the flames coming out of the exhaust pipes. They're trying to let go of the throttle so he can enter the corner smoothly. You have to do that in turn number 1 and 3, otherwise you're going to hit a wall. Revick blocks number 8. He doesn't want the bottom to be overpowered for these racers. Rowdy Bush losing a bit of speed out there. And Revick is going to lead another lap here at Charlotte. And Rex Revler is still remaining the fastest car on the racetrack. Maybe he's trying to save this stuff, or nobody is brave enough to clock the fastest lap as of right now. Reeves 3 wide against Shane Van Gaskenbergen and the 52 of Brian Spark. Van Gaskenbergen has not won a race yet in the Fictional Piston Cup Series, even though he's a great road course racer based off the real NASCAR driver Shane Van Gisbergen. Carl Reeves is currently in 4th place. Yep, that's right, 4th place. Now into lap 10. Rowdy Bush trying to catch up to the 67 as he's trying to hold up against the number 4 Jay McPillar. Now here are the lap times as of lap 9. No surprise, Revick is still up in the top with the lap time of 30.104 seconds. So his average speed was almost 180 miles per hour. We'll see by the end of the race if it stays the same, still stays up in the top. He's down against Daniel Swarless in the 7 car. Down to lap 11. So 1/4 of the race is already complete. Rex Revler trying to hold up against Chase Racelaw in the 9 car, including number 95 of Lightning McQueen. Revler being sandwiched by the number 7 of Daniel Swervis in the 9 of Chase Racelaw. Revler immediately moves so he doesn't have a wreck or something. Now right on to number 8 of Rowdy Bush. He's trying to catch up to the 67 of Jim Revick. Coming back to the start, Revick is going to lead another lap. Field Ferrer for the lap 10 being 600. Now here comes the number 8. He's trying to pass the number 67 right there. He passes him, but can he hold him off for a long time? We'll see. Jay McPillar adding pressure to the number of the 8 car, not the 67. He also adding pressure to him. And the 86 of Carl Reeves goes low against the number 67 car. Rowdy Bush is going to come back to the start-finish line and lead another lap here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Or he's going to lead his first lap here at Charlotte. He's trying to collect a few points after winning at Texas Motor Speedway weeks ago for a month. Jay McPillar is trying to go back in the race lead. Lightning McQueen in the wall. Contact for the number 5 of Eric Breaker. As soon as we were talking about Jay McPillar, McQueen just went into the wall after entering turn number 1, and here's a look at what just happened. After entering turn number 1, Lightning McQueen loses it, got up into the wall, and the number 5 by Eric Breaker decided to move him out of the way, even though Breaker didn't even go low. That doesn't make any sense to try to make contact with a car that's already in the wall. Maybe if They're really of a difficult to race. And the number 92 of Sheldon Shifter goes up in his lid. Contact from the number 68 of H.J. Hollis, and they pile up behind him. The number 92 of Sheldon Shifter went sideways from the number 68 of H.J. Hollis, went on his side, and then barreled once. Now we're looking at Michael Roeder, the 39th car. A lot of damage on the front. He was part of that pileup. Now you're looking at H.J. Hollis. He still needs to improve in this race, as I said earlier before the race started. Alright, let's take a look at what just happened. As soon as we were entering turn number 1, there were 3 wide, the 93, 92, and the 68. Both of them went up in the wall, and this is the part where it gets ugly. The number 92, a Sheldon Shifter, was able to come off the ground, go on his roof, like a top, and then go back on all fours right there. Jeez. Everybody's trying to avoid the number 92 and 68 car. Number 69 was afraid that he might get some damage, but unfortunately, he didn't react quickly enough. It's the 92 and the 90 car. Then Michael Roeder gets the worst of it right there. And Colin Bargan all the way in last place. Got a bit of damage from the 21 of Speedy Comet and the 33 of Ed Truncan. I don't get why, but all these racers go low when the 92 is in the way. Maybe not enough real estate, or they just panic in the inside. It's okay to panic, because whenever somebody goes upside down, you will not know what's going on. Really scary from the number 92, but he was able to drive away from that. And he's gonna go to the garage since he's done for the day. So unreal. So unreal to see that. Nice right on for number 92. Again, a wild ride for the number 92 car. It's impossible to capture him when he was on his roof because the signal went out. Nice right on with Cruz Ramirez. Whoever said any motorsports racers are not athletes, then that's your answer. You actually are athletes. Alright, we're going to step aside for a bit since the 92 and 68 bring up the first caution here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Welcome back to the Octane Gain 600 from Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're ready to go back green next time by. The lights are off the pace car. Roddy Bush and Jay McCullough will restart in the front row once we restart double foul in turn number 3. Now here are the cars involved on lap 13. Ryan Laney, Bobby Swift, Speedy Comet, Colin Bargan, Michael Roeder with front damage. We repaired that earlier. Tango Speed starting the 56 is in his first start. H.J. Hollis, Master Dragon 4000, Punchy Wipeout, and Sheldon Shifter, the car that went upside down as you're tuning into this race. If you want to know why we were under caution. As I said, once we restart double foul in turn number 3, every time when we go there in ovals, the cars split up in 2 lanes. So though if you're in the first or third or the odd numbers, you go in the bottom. If you're the ones with even numbers, or if you're in an even position, you go up in the racetrack. And those are for the ones that don't even understand how the FPC of the league works. How the FPC of the league works, or the FPC series works. Alright, here we go. Restarting double foul. High positions on the bottom, even to the top. As I said earlier, Sheldon Shifter is out of the race since he's done for the day after that terrible crash in turn number 2. Alright, pace car is going to head to the pits for the second time tonight. Here they come, approaching the restart zone. Jay McPiller and Roddy Bush in command of this race. Green flag is back in the air. Jay McCullough back in the race lead, trying to hold up against the rate of Roddy Bush. Busch back in the lead. Everybody's 3 or 4 wide. They're trying to make it 5 wide contact from the number 117 and the 52 cars. Crazy. This is just a restart, not the final lap. Shane Van Gaskenberg in the bottom of the racetrack, making it 3 wide with the 67 and the 52 car. Everybody's racing hard right now. Down to lap number 20. Once we head to exit turn number 2, we're gonna take a moment to remember the fallen soldiers and prepare for the halfway jam. Enjoy. 19 laps to go in the Octane Gain 600. Kyle Reeves is your new race leader against number 8 of Rowdy Busch and Jay McPillar. And a few other things happened during the halfway jam. I'm pretty sure is that, to be honest, I don't really know. I was just enjoying the 5.1 surround sound of stock car racing. Alright, Brian Spark up in the racetrack against number 67 Jim Reverick. He almost tapped the wall by going up wide. We're 3 wide behind the race leaders. Kyle Reeves is going to come back around and lead another lap towards Charlotte Motor Speedway. Lap 24 out of 40. Now we're looking at Cruz Ramirez. We're going to look at all the the Radiator Springs racing cars. Cruz Ramirez in the 51. Oh, they were 3 wide. The 69 Master Dragon 4000 went up in the wall against number 84 JP Drive. Drive in the middle against Cal Weathers and the 69 car. Ramirez currently in the top 20. Master Dragon 4000 still 3 wide against the 84 and 42 cars. JP Drive in the middle against those 2 cars. Now he's no longer the middle one. Side by side against number 69 car. Now they're looking at Shane Van Gaskenberg and somebody you don't see in the lead in the ovals that much. He almost won at Chicago last year. Now he's trying to win his first race in the 2026 season and in his career in general. Nice view there. Now we're on to number 86 of Kyle Reeves. We're going to take a lap around with the number 86 car against Rowdy Busch, Jay McPillar, and the others. Spiky Phillips up the racetrack. When you're trying to gain speed there, even though it's not even the preferred lane. The bottom is preferred, not the top. Well, this surface is 20 years old, so I'm pretty sure that the bottom might not be the best over time. 14 to go here at Charlotte. Rowdy Busch still trying to catch up to the number 86 of Kyle Reeves. If this was a 400 with a titled race, it would have been over it within 2 laps. A few cars might have gone into the wall once we were panning out of turn number 2 and going through turn number 3. Rowdy Busch still trying to catch up to the number 86 of Kyle Reeves. A caution will be possible unless if the 86 keeps dominating or not. And they're looking at Cruz Ramirez again, trying to hold up against JP Drive and Master Dragon 4000. Those 3 cars are not doing well. They're currently in the bottom of the 20s or the 30s, and both of them go off the racetrack. They saved it. Once they enter turn number 2, Cruz Ramirez and the 84 JP Drive made contact. Now here's a look at it again in the bottom of the screen. The 84 went up high against the 51. They went sideways and they were able to save it. Now you're looking at Lightning McQueen on the top of the racetrack. He's trying to battle against Daniel Suarez. Ooh, Suarez down in the wall. You're still looking at the replay, what just happened with Ramirez and Drive. The bottom. The Lightning McQueen is falling back against number 36 of Rich Mixon. Reeves looking pretty fast out there. He's trying to be the first international racer to win the Octane Lane 600. Reeves is from the United Kingdom. The rest of the field are from the United States. Daniel Suarez is, oh no, not again. Ryan Laney almost hits the wall. He was able to save it this time. Great work for the number 12. He was able to stay on the racetrack. Alright, same situation with the number 84 and 51. Power car had some contact with the 12 car. And then Laney almost hit the wall right there. He was able to save that at 160 miles per hour. Crazy. Power car was lucky that he wasn't able to hit the wall. Now it's right along with the number 12 car on the bottom. And you're still seeing a battle with Carl Reeves and Roddy Bush with 10 laps to go in the Octane Game 600. Now it's 9 laps to go right there. It's right along with the number 12 from the bottom. Crazy that he hit a wall. Now you're looking at Brian Spark on the top of the screen. He's trying to battle against Rex Reveler in the 80 car. He's currently in the 8th position. Now he's in the 7th position. He's trying to battle against Rex Reveler, a sleeper in this race. Now he's in the 8th. They're still battling against each other. 3 laps to go. Rex Reveler is still trying to hold up against Brian Spark and catch up to the number 117 Spiky Phillips. Now you're looking at Lightning McQueen again. Alright, as I said earlier, before I got sidelined with the 12 and the 48 cars, most of the field's from the United States. Carl Reeves is from the United Kingdom. The 97 Shane Van Gisbergen is from New Zealand, and the 7 of Daniel Suarez is from Mexico. So we got 4 different nations in this field. Most of them is from the United States. Now you're right along to number 8 of Roddy Bush. I got sidelined over there by saying that everybody in the United States, which is a fact, except for 3 different cars. Roddy Bush still trying to catch up to the number 86 of Carl Reeves. So caution will be acceptable if you catch up to the number 86 or there's with this save your stuff. If any of these guys run out of fuel, they might hit the jackpot. For example, if the 86 runs out of fuel, Roddy Bush will be able to catch up to the number 86 car and snatch the win from him. But if somebody ran out of fuel and stays stuck on the racetrack, the caution will come out and an overtime finish will occur. Coming back to the stripe, Carl Reeves will go back to the start finish line with 5 laps to go. Roddy Bush going up the racetrack. Is he trying to gain speed there or what? Well, it kind of looked like he gained speed, but not quite. Carl Reeves' last race win was at Talladega Super Speedway, which was last month. He was able to pass his teammate Colin Bargan on the final lap for the race win. Now he needs a few more miles to get that race win with 4 to go. Oh, the 117 of Spiky Phillips got turned by the 4 J McCullough into the wall. And we're still on the green, more calamity. The number 8 and 97 almost wrecked. There was contact between the 2 cars as I was looking at what just happened in turn number 1. There's a replay in the bottom. The 117 of Spiky Phillips turned to number 4 J McCullough and were able to still race. And still no caution yet. And here's a look at the 8 and the 97 car as Shane Van Gisbergen on the top of the screen passes the rate of Roddy Bush. Same situation what happened twice with the 48, 12, 84, and 51. They almost wrecked out of turn number 2. Carl Reeves is going to come back to the stripe out of turn number 4. There he goes back to the stripe right there with 2 to go. Carl Reeves still saving fuel and his equipment as Shane Van Gisbergen is slowly approaching him, and the 5 Eric Breaker is heading to the pits. Well, unfortunately, he's out of fuel, or his stuff is wearing down. That's the reason why he's pitting, and unfortunately, he's going to have to finish a lap down. Will this be a crazy finish? We'll see. As the 86 of Carl Reeves is coming out turn number 4, he's going to get the white flag here at Charlotte. 1 lap to go here for the Octane Gang 600, and there's a car slowing down in turn number 3 and 4, and it's Jim Revick. The 11 of Chris Roman runs over him. Will the caution come out? And unfortunately it does. Lightning McQueen is trying to avoid all the calamity. The race is over. So the scoring pylons and security recordings and pictures will determine who is up from the race lead, and it looks like to be Carl Reeves. Alright, here to go. Coming out turn number 4. Carl Reeves will take the checkered flag here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Congratulations to Carl Reeves for winning the 2026 Octane Gang 600. A lucky finish for the 80 of Rex Revler. He was able to finish in 4th, and unfortunately Jim Revler did not finish. He did not cross the start-finish line since he ran out of gas in turn number 4. We're going to have to take a look at that again. When he was in the backstretch, that's when he realized he messed up. He ran out of fuel right there. Everybody is trying to avoid him. 2 other cars almost ran over him right there. This is where we pay attention to him. Power car trying to avoid him. He slammed the brakes. The 67 car and the 11 might have ran over the 67. Lane was in the wall. That's right on to number 67. Washington's heartbreak. He led a few laps, and unfortunately he did not have the right strategy. There's a bit of contact with the 48, and the 11 didn't run over him. There's a way to finish this race. Here are the official results. Rex Revler is the fastest car of the night with a lap time of 30.104 seconds and an average speed of 179.378 miles per hour on lap 4. He will earn that bonus point after converting himself from a top 10 to a top 5 car here in Concord, North Carolina. And on the screen you can see who led a lap today by their names marked with green hash marks. Here are the standings after this race. The gap between Cruz Ramirez and Brandon Powercar is almost closing by 4 points. Carl Reeves is now in the top 5 after a dominant race. Roddy Bush has climbed to the top 10, and there are a few other changes you can view for yourself. Tune in next week for the Music City 400 from Nashville Super Speedway, located in Lebanon, Tennessee, starting Wednesday, May 27th at 8 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Pacific. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe so you don't miss a single race of the 2026 season, and become a channel member for future benefits as a viewer of this channel. This is the Canicat 127, signing out.